Hello fellow hunters, welcome to Grunge Hunts and Props. My name is Chris Leonardo and today I'm going to show you how we made our corpsed head or corpse skull. We did a bunch of research on different techniques for corpsing and we incorporated a few different techniques and kind of settled on just one specific technique that I've actually haven't seen before. So all the research we did, never saw this particular technique, which is just using Loctite foam but sculpting it as kind of the skin. So a lot of people will use cotton balls with latex, and you build up several layers to really make it, kind of gnarly looking. And we just went with one layer of Loctite foam. We sculpted it, knocked it down so it's not all poofy, and it made it look really disgusting, which is what you want when you're corpsing a skull. So let me show you how I did it. Follow along and enjoy the video. Okay, to corpse a skull, I've cut and shaped one of the foam skulls that we casted with Loctite foam, and we're gonna start corpsing this skull here. First step is we're going to get this jaw glued in. I think I'm going to do it with a wide open jaw. I think that I like that look. And then we are going to cut out one of the eyeballs here. One of these. I'm not going to use the actual iris part of it, but I'm going to use that, at least part of it, to put in an eyeball and start there. Okay. Still too big. Well, that idea is just not gonna work. Alright, I've got these little foam balls that I bought at, I think it was Hobby Lobby a long time ago. Let's see, they're quite a bit smaller. So let's see if these work. That definitely looks better. That looks pretty good. Okay, so one of the things I wanted to try, I've gone and watched several different corpsing videos and tutorials on how to do it, and so I'm planning to do kind of a mix of several different techniques here. We're going to use, I don't have barge. I'm going to try contact cement and try the, probably actually just use a heat gun. I don't have a real hair dryer, but hair dryer with barge contact cement is supposed to have a realistic and cool look. I'm going to try to add some of this stuff here. This is a Spanish moss you get at the dollar store. I think that's going to look kind of cool. And the biggest thing is just to kind of build it up, I'm going to use just Loctite and sculpt that. So I think that's going to have a realistic look to it, rather than say, using, like a lot of people use plastic or like drop cloth, that kind of thing, and then they'll heat gun that up, and that has a cool effect, and it does look cool. But I'm gonna try Loctite and sculpt that around there and see what it looks like. So here we go. Okay, I think that's gonna be good to start. Don't want to do too much. Now I'm gonna spray paint this, or not spray paint, but I'm gonna spray water on this. Okay, we ended up having to just set it down on some plastic here. And not quite 5 minutes, but close enough. So we're gonna go ahead and just start knocking this stuff down. We don't want it all puffy like this. You want the texture, but you want it to look like it's skin, petrified. Yep, worked out as planned, but should have done one side at a time here. That would have been the better idea. I'm kind of just sculpting it so it looks like there were lips there. I'm going to try to do the same thing on the top. Some skin that's just kind of holding on here. And we're just pushing it, sculpting it while it's still somewhat pliable. We've done what we came out to do here. That looks good. See if I can't steal a little bit of this stuff while it's still malleable. Make some tendons here. Yeah, I like those tendons. That makes sense. Cool. Okay. A little bit of this on the front right here. Okay, see, now this looks a lot more like it's rotting skin than just doing this straight on the skeleton, or skull. So that's a lot. Well, we'll see how this turns out. I think I like it for now, but we're gonna have to let this dry a little bit and see how it shapes up. Okay, we've let this dry for a while, and now we are going to do some preliminary painting on it before we do a black wash. So I'm just gonna do some black, Home Depot black in the shadows and in the deep shadows. Then we'll use our camo paints just to dust it a bit. Doing the black wash here. Just get it everywhere and then wipe it all off once. Well, at least on half of it. Looks pretty good. Pretty happy with it. I actually do like the Loctite foam on top of it. It really adds a pretty cool dimension here to it. And it's going to make it easier. I only have to do one layer of latex with cotton balls, and should be good. All right, we'll let this dry, and we'll come back and start on the latex. Okay, this is still kind of drying a little bit, at least in some of the deeper areas. I do want to get some other supplies ready, or items ready. So I'm using this, what is this called? Spanish moss? Yeah. So I'm using this Spanish moss here, and let's see how that turns out. You know, a lot of this stuff I'm just playing around with and just seeing how it's gonna work. So I wanna get a couple of these set up so that we have different colors of strands. So I'm just gonna do some quick painting on these just to have them ready, because once we actually get these on, and then the next few steps, we won't be really changing much color. We will do a little stain, but won't be really changing much color. So I like to have a little variety of colors on these strands. So I'm just going to paint one black and one little section brown. Pretty much the same as black. And what else? I think I'll try a green, moss green here. I'm just doing them now so they have time to dry. Pull those aside and let those dry. And in the meantime, I'm going to do a little bit of a dry brush on this. It's a little dark for what I want. So I'm going to do just a little bit of a dry brush on here to kind of highlight it and brighten it up a little. I'm just using the khaki. Just touching the high points with this, brighten it up and to make it pop a little bit. All right, that makes me a little happier about where this is going here. Okay, happy with that. Now we need to get the teeth in there. Okay, we got the hot glue gun warming up to put these teeth in, but we also need to do the eye here. So put tape on it. And it doesn't look bad like that, to be honest. I might just do a little touch of red. Cranberry, I guess, is what this is. See, I'm just touching it on the edge a little bit. Get a little bit of bloodshot. There we go. I think that looks good. Okay, now we're gonna start gluing the teeth right in here. Okay. So far, so good. I think on the next one, I'll probably actually pull out more of the teeth because, you know, it's probably okay to have missing teeth too. I'm pretty happy with this. I'm just, you know, with a few of these teeth, I think it looks pretty good. So I might just leave it like that. Okay. I think we're good there. I'm gonna save the rest of the teeth for the next one. So we're just going to do the stain along the gum lines here on these new and old teeth. All right, let's darken those teeth up a bit, and we're ready. We're ready to really start corpsing this. Okay, so now we're going to be just applying this Spanish moss here with contact cement. Other than continually just patting it down, which I don't really want to do. Which I don't think I really want to use this much. So maybe just a little bit, and then let's move on. This is just kind of not working. So maybe this is too much work. Okay, let's do what we came here to do, which was try this technique here. Hold this into, I don't know if that's even gonna work, to be honest. Yeah, that's working. Okay, I mean, I don't think I have to do much more than that. It looks pretty gross. You can see that contact contact cement really gives it some gross texture. And so does the Spanish moss. Actually, I like the Spanish moss on there. Okay. I really like that. That looks pretty gross and creepy, if I do say so. All right, so we're gonna let this fully dry and then we'll mess around with it again with some latex. Okay, so I bought this just synthetic hair, and I'm gonna do that while the contact cement is still drying. I don't need a lot, so I don't want them to be necessarily hairy. But we want some hair hanging in there. So let's see if we can do this. It doesn't have to have a lot of length to it, or even bulk, but it's got to be visible, so a little more. I feel like I need thicker chunks on here. Now, I mean, we're able to do that because we have the cement, the contact cement on here. If we didn't have that, we would probably have to use some sort of, a lot of people use like a silicone or even a spray adhesive would work too, just to get it in place before we put the latex on. But I'm happy with that. I think we're good. Okay, we're on the last and final step here. We are going to just put a little bit of latex on here. Normally, people will use quite a bit of latex, in fact, and build up this texture that we've already created with the Loctite. Takes several layers. We're just going to do one layer of latex. It just kind of locks in the hair. It is kind of falling out, and probably would have done this a little bit differently if I had known how I was going to react. I probably would have placed the hair when the contact cement was a little more wet. That way it would lock it in a little better. But at any rate, we're just going to do and I've seen this latex on top of the contact cement, and it actually does add really cool texture to it. So, nice thing is we only have to do this one layer because it does take, quite a bit of time to build up several layers. So, while we did take the extra time to do the Loctite, we've saved time by only doing one layer of latex on here. And I'm just using this, I think I got it on Amazon, just monster liquid latex. Supposedly there's differences between casting and makeup latex. I've also heard that there's just really no difference at all. So I just got something that was inexpensive on Amazon, and see how it goes. I'm going to use just one of my old caps from the Great Stuff foam. I'm trying to figure out what to use these for, and this seems like a good use for these. And I don't want to disturb like the contact cement. See how it's got some just kind of really cool effects from when we use the blow dryer on it, and I don't want to disturb those. I don't want to break those little kind of cobwebby things. Okay, we're gonna let this kind of sit and then see how it looks.
And here is the final product, a creepy corpse skull. If you enjoyed this tutorial, please like this video. If you are a hunter or Halloween enthusiast, consider subscribing to our channel and ring that bell and get notifications anytime we put out new content. I thank you for watching, and as always, happy haunting!